What's happening? How are you doing? Man, it's been a while since I sat here and we had a conversation. I hope you're doing well. I hope the month of August has been good to you. Eh? I decided to take a break that month, just to look back, reflect, see how far I've come. Um, and I really got to interact with people. Unajua kitu moja niliamua. I decided I'm going to have to put internet in the house. So now, whenever I go outside, I'm no longer on the phone. You know how people go outside and you're with people and then you're all over. Uko kwa simu, you don't want anything to do with people, but you're out there with people. So I decided many months ago to have internet in the house. So whenever I'm in the house, since niko peke yangu, I can now dive into the world of the internet and do my thing. Google, do that, WhatsApp, nini, chat with people. And whenever I go outside is an opportunity for me to meet with people, have conversations, just do those things that I normally don't do. So nikiwa nje, I normally don't use my phone. You'll never find me on my phone unless I'm making a phone call. Mm-mm. I go outside to just soak it in, enjoy the moments, hang out with people. And so one of the things that has happened in the month of August is that I got to step out there and interact with people. I mean, it's something that I've not done. It's something that normally haven't done because I've been in a moment, in a period called monk mode. Now, that one I will explain later as we go on. But if you understand, if you have read the book Free Agent Lifestyle, you understand monk mode. Very important period in a man's life. And yeah, so this month, the last month, I got to go out, meet with people, hang out with people, just meet strangers, um, meet some beautiful women, people who have never met before, have conversations, sit back with just new people in life, just make new friends. I mean, it's been a whole year of me being inside and just hanging out with the same crew of people. And so, I mean, once in a while, ni muhimu, we just go out there. And so, um, imenifunza so much, so being in the last 1 year, now this is the whole year I've been out of marriage. And so I think this will be the last time I'll be talking about my marriage and my ex-wife and all that. Because I mean, it's time to move on. It's time to move on with life. There is so much that life has to offer that I cannot dwell on the past. Sometimes you just have to let bygones be bygones and just move on. Because I mean, that's what life is about. Ya kale yamepita, tuna ganga yajayo. Yaliondwele, wacha ikae huko. And just keep moving, keep interacting, make new friends, let life happen. I posted something on my Facebook this week and I said the one thing about nature is that no matter what happens in nature, no matter what season it is, nature just keeps thriving. Kunaweza kuwa kuna joto, it just finds its way to thrive and just exist as nature. And so I decided, you know what, maybe it's time for me to thrive. Maybe it's time for me to, yeah, some part of me was cut off, but I cannot dwell on it. To songe mbele. Okay, so this is probably the last video I'm going to be doing concerning my marriage, and especially this is because on the first day of August was the last day of my marriage. Let me just say that plain and open. The first of August was the last day I was married. And I remember we left the house together. I came back alone, and that was it. That was it. I cannot go into much details because sio yangu ya kukwambia. I mean, everyone, so early this month I did a series on Facebook called Divorce Chronicles. So I got to share. First, I got to share. You know what? My marriage ended, and that was mainly because I have a lot of family members, extended family members. Na wengi wao sisi meet online. So most of them tumekuwa tukimeet and they're like, hey, you know what? Say hi to your wife, nini, and I'm like, so I got tired of telling people over and over again, niaje hii kitu iliisha. So I'm like, okay. So I came out publicly and say, you know what? A year ago, my marriage ended. and I'm no longer ashamed of it. I've never been ashamed of speaking out. And so something happened throughout that week, the first week of August. I got to really share my part of the story. You know, my mistakes, the things I did to cause my marriage to end. I mean, I told you as men, you have to be accountable. The one thing you need to have as a man is accountability. You need to learn to take your mistakes. Unajua niaje, I made this mistake, I fucked up here, and this is the result of my fuck up. And so I opened up about the things I did to cause my marriage to come to an end. And the reason I'm doing this video today is because so many people throughout the month of August have reached out to me. So many people have reached out to me, and most of you have shared a lot about what is happening in your relationships, a lot about what's happening in your marriage and all that. And kuna vitu hata mimi mwenyewe I couldn't believe. There are people who I would look up to back when I was married, and getting to interact with them later and them sharing their story really, I was like, what? Hata wewe unapitia divorce? Even you're divorced. I thought you guys were happy. I used to see you guys everywhere, you know, all that and all that. And so I realized, hey, bro, so many people are going through it. So many people are going through divorce. I've gotten so many messages. So many people, so many of you have reached out, called me, uh, and shared your stories. Um, some of you guys have, you know, inboxed me, and you know, you've shared what you're going through in your marriages. And it's amazing to see there are a number of people who are going through a difficult time in their marriages. Marriage is the one institution that was supposed to work. Marriage is the one institution that was supposed to be the best. It's supposed to have to be working, because it is something that you choose to be into. Isi kitu unafosiwa, you choose for yourself. You choose, this is the person I want to spend my life with. You go out there and there are so many people, and you choose wewe ndio nakutaka ukae kwa maisha yangu. And so, I mean, when it comes to you choosing who you want to spend your life with, that is the one reason why this thing should work. Because I wasn't forced into it. See, kama shule, you know, shule, you're taken. Your parents took you to this school. Kaa hapo usomea hapo. They took you to the school based on one, the ability to pay the school fees, or if they were well off, they took you to the school because it has the best standards of education. So you had no choice on nataka kwenda pale. No, this is the place you're supposed to go, and you are pushed into it. When you are in school, there is a teacher teaching you. You have no choice but to listen to this teacher telling you what to do. There are rules and regulations that you're supposed to follow. It's a must. You get to your workplace. You went to your workplace, of course, you can apply and everything. And these people chose, you know, they picked you. And now you do not have a say. It's their company, is their, you know, industry. And so you have to work according to what they want you to do. But when it comes to marriage, you choose. So it's supposed to be the one area and the one thing in life that is supposed to be working is supposed to be marriage. Why? Because you choose this person chooses you. But what is the reality on the ground? It is not working. It is not working. People are going through it. I cannot tell you the number of men who have reached out and told me, listen, my wife and I sleep in separate bedrooms. And I'm like, what? This is the person you chose to spend your life with. This is the person you went out, and out of the number of people you saw, huyu ndo ulichagua. This was the best suited person for you. You liked her character, you liked her laugh, you liked something about her, she liked something about you, and well, here we are. You can no longer speak to each other. You no longer sleep in the same bedroom. You no longer have conversations. And this is the one area of life that is supposed to be working, because you choose to be, is the one place of life where you make the decision before. You're the one who picks this person. She's the one who accepts you. And then all of a sudden, now you can't stand each other. And I'll say this, what hurts most about my divorce is not the fact that she went. What breaks my heart so much is that I chose her, she chose to be with me, she left, and today we cannot even meet. Today we cannot even have conversation. Today we don't even see eye to eye. And I'm like, wait a minute. I chose you. You accepted to be with me. And now we can't even have a conversation. Why in the first place did we come together? You ndo kitu niumiza, because I'm like, I spent 2 years of my life with this person. We slept in the same bed. It's over now, as in, ni sawa, imeisha. But now we can't even see eye to eye. We don't even talk. We meet kwa streets ni kama, not even strangers, because strangers at least kuna kuwa na ile katasi ya hi, how are you? We don't even have that. It is just it is beyond words. It is beyond words. And I have seen so many people break down. So many people have called me on the phone, and you can literally hear the pain of them just expressing the things they are going through. There are men who've reached out to me, and they already have a case in the courts. Kitu ilianza na nyinyi wawili, saizi iko kwa family court. Now you have to agree. Someone else has to put judgment on something you chose. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? You both have kids, because you came together to build something. Now this thing hakuna, whatever you are building, hakuna yani, there is nothing. But Rama, there is nothing. Now another person has to come in, and they have to tell you what to do with this person and these kids you created. What the hell? And it's really amazing how this thing is going, and so many people are experiencing hurt. The number one reason for all this anger and hurt and bitterness in the world today is because relationship didn't work. It's caused by relationship. It's caused by relationship. It's amazing. It's amazing to see that the one thing that was supposed to make people so complete, so fulfilled, so happy is now the number one cause of pain and hurt and bitterness. Tunaenda wapi kaa hii dunia? Where are we going? What are we doing with our lives? Why did we even come together? Kila mtu angekaa tu shughuli zake. Why did I walk up to her? Why did I walk? I met my wife, she was at her shop. So I was walking, and she called me back, and I saw this chick, and I saw, this is a nice chick. The next day I went back and I said hi, and what was the need of me taking that effort to say hi if we don't even talk today? Si hakukuwa na haja hiyo hata kusalimiana. Ningepita tu niende shughuli zangu, and I would have had 2 amazing years of my life. I would have built myself for me, because that's what I'm doing today. So looking back and looking at all the messages that guys have sent me, it is amazing the amount of damage it is doing to people. Man, I can't even stress it more. And it is amazing to see. It's amazing to see. Let me tell you, the most shocking thing that out of all the conversations I've had is one of the couples that we were looking up to. I was really looking up to during my marriage years. These guys come to me separately, and they tell me, you know what? My marriage is ending. My marriage is technically ended, because we're in the house, but hata hatuongeleshani. I recently saw the lady even changed her name back to her father's name. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And these were people we were looking up to when I was in marriage. I was looking up to them and I'm like, you know what? I desire to build my marriage to be where that one is. And even them, as we speak right now, they are separated. They have kids, yes, but they are separated. They don't even see eye to eye. So as I shared my story, as I shared these moments, um, it really hit me. It really came to my head like this thing was supposed to work. This thing was supposed to be ilifakua, one of the things in life that is working, one of the things in life that is good. Because even the Bible, when when you're doing your wedding, the Bible, the pastor always preaches and says, even it's written in the Bible, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. It's supposed to be a good thing. Why is it causing a lot of pain? If it's supposed to be a good thing, why is it causing hurt? If it's supposed to be a good thing, why is it living, ending, and leaving people broken? And it's something that is just mind-boggling just to think about it. Because no one forced you into the relationship. You chose this person chose you, you came together. But now, imefika mahali you can't even stand each other. What is happening? That's the world we're living in today. And so listen, um, as I've been thinking about it and I've been going through my moments throughout the month, I took this month off and I decided, you know what, I just want to um, really focus and look back and see how far have I come, you know. And so I remember when my marriage was ending on that last day. Okay, after we left the house together, I came back alone. Uh, we had this conversation like 2 days later, and one of the questions I asked my ex-wife was, in the next 1 year, I asked her before we said goodbyes and everything. In the next 1 year, if you stay, where do you see yourself? Where do you see us being? And so she said, you know what? If we stay together, then in the next 1 year, I see us having a child and having a family and all that. And then I put the same scenario in the next 1 year. If you leave, where will you be? And she told me I'll be in my business, doing whatever it is I'll be doing. And so I asked her, I think this was the last question I asked her. You already have the two pictures of where you will be in the next 1 year if you stay and if you leave. Now choose which one you want, because zote ziko hapo. You already have it, you already see it. Now I've asked you and you already see it. In the next 1 year, if you stay together, where will we be? And if you leave, where will you be? And I put it out there. I'd forgotten about this part of the conversation because I was still going through my heart and all bitterness and all that shit. So I asked her, between these two images, pick which one you want. And obviously, she picked the one she left. She's like, okay, she picked this one and she left. And I hope that 1 year later, where she chose to be, where she saw herself being, is where she is. I hope so. I'd forgotten about this. I just remembered this earlier this month. I'm at the month of August. And so at that point, when I remembered this conversation, it hit me. You already had the two pictures and you chose this one. You are mature enough to make your own decision. I wasn't married to a child. I was married to a mature adult. So she picked that path and she left and went to focus on that path. I hope she got there. And so I was left here, and now I look back 1 year down the line and I see, I actually focused on something that was working and I kept going. And 1 year later, I can see fruits of what I chose, what was left for me to choose. And I remember when she left, I chose me. I decided, you know what, from today I'm going to choose me. And I even told her to her face, I choose me. So on that wall behind there, that used to be our gallery. That's where we had all our family photos. You know, those two nice photos of us, me and her, goofy pictures, those funny faces and all that. They were right there. And so I removed them. I removed them after she left, and I removed all of them, and I put my photos behind there because I decided now it's time for me to choose me. So every day I wake up, I want to I want to walk into the room and see myself on that wall as a sign that, you know what, from now on, I am choosing me. I have chosen me over everything else. And looking back at the last 1 year, I have so much to show for the fact that I chose me. There is so much fruit from choosing me. In my business, I see a lot of success. I see a lot of fruits because I chose this is the path I want and I'm going to go for it. And I worked and I've been working and I've not stopped. I've not stopped working and I'm not stopping. I just keep going. And as a result, this is the fruit of my labor. And I'm enjoying every moment of it. Now, I would have loved for us to be enjoying this moment together, me and my wife and the kids and all that. I would have loved for us to be together enjoying this moment. But it is what it is. So what do? Keep moving. Keep moving. This person chose her path and went for it. And I was left and I chose me and I worked on myself, built myself, and here I am today. 1 year later, 1 year later, I sit right here and I'm doing this video 1 year later. It's actually 1 year, 1 month. And I can see a lot of fruit. And gentlemen, if you choose, every time you choose you, every time you have a choice, choose you. Every time there is a choice, there's a place where you get and you have to make a choice, choose you. It's like placing a bet. Place a bet on you. Place a bet on you and go hard. Oh, you will enjoy it. I remember during that time when I was going through it, man, I was in so much pain. I spoke with a good friend of mine. His name is Kibe. So I spoke with Kibe and I'm like, hey, Kibe, Manzeni, I'm going through this moment right now. And he told me, listen, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard right now. But then it's going to be better on the other side. If you just go through this moment and just soak it in, go through every moment. Today you wake up feeling angry, feel angry. Don't numb the pain, don't drink it, just go through it. At the end of it, it's going to be so beautiful and you will enjoy it because you will have chosen yourself. And today I actually see it. Today I actually see it. I chose me and I can see the fruit. I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor and I'm happy. And I can truly say, yeah, last year, a time like this was the worst moment of my life. But 1 year later, this moment is the best moment of my life. And let me tell you, as much as I would have wished to have this person to enjoy this best moment of my life with, she chose her path. And I respect that decision and I move on. I move on. That's it. I move on. She chose her path. I'm here. I choose me and I keep moving on. Work on myself, build myself, treat myself well, go out, travel, have all the fun you want. Why? Because you choose you. You're the most important person in your life. I always tell myself that every day. I am the most important person in my life. Every morning when I wake up, I wake up and I'm like, what do I want to do for myself today? And I go out and do it. I go out and I do it and I'm happy and my day ends and I come back relaxed, peaceful, happy. And I want to do that for the rest of my life. Why? Because I am the most important person in my life. I chose me. And I know this, I know most of you, I know there are people who are going through a tough time right now. Go through it, bro. Take it one day at a time. If you're feeling angry, feel angry. If you wake up feeling depressed, go through that moment. Don't numb the pain. Don't try to hide it. Mm-mm. Go through every moment, go through every day at a time, because it's only hard right now. In a year's time, you'll be looking back at this moment and like, what? Put work on yourself. I know people who told me, hey, ameenda, tafuta mwingine uoe. And I'm like, I don't want that. Because let me give you a scenario. Before I met my wife, I dated. I dated so many other women. This, and I was looking for the wife in them. Dating, unaona hapana, red flags Z, red flags Z, red flags Z. And it got to a point where I met her. So before I met her, there were like another 100 of them. You tell me, how can this person go alafu you find the next one ulete kwa nyumba? You haven't vetted her, you don't know her. And let me tell you something. Last year, August, same time, a buddy of mine went through the similar situation. His wife left, picked up everything, left. This guy went and got another woman, brought her in the house. Do you know where they are right now? Broken. They're no longer together. This guy one day ameenda job, amerudi amekuta msee mwingine kwa nyumba yake. Because he never got to vet this woman. He literally took a woman from the streets and gave her wife duties. He put wife duties on a random person. It's not gonna work. That's why second marriages don't last. Because this is what you do. You look for another person and you expect them to be better than what you already had. Haita work. Take time by yourself. Build yourself. Know yourself. Invest in yourself. Then find someone, because now you know yourself. If you really want marriage, find now someone to come and suit the person you know. Who is you? The person you've invested in. Who is you? After all that, you've known yourself, you've built yourself. Now you know what you want. Now you go for what you want. Sasa what do we do? Huyu ameenda, leta mwingine jioni. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. That's why we are having so many failed marriages today. Because you want to look for the next better one. Hakuna. Because you do not even know yourself. And you're trying to fill up a space that someone else has left. Haita work. So know yourself, invest in yourself, build yourself, create a culture. I always say this, create a culture around yourself, then bring another person into that culture. Now, for me, I chose a different path. I'm not going back there. So I'm creating a culture for me and for my nephews and nieces. By the way, earlier this month, in my family, we got an addition. My small sis gave birth to a boy. His name is Roman. Now, that is another person who's into my lineage. And so I better better my life so much for them. Wakumbuka, when we were growing up, we always had this one rich uncle. You remember? We had one rich uncle, and probably alikuwa one rich uncle from Nairobi. This person would come visit one day, everything changes in your home. I want to be that guy for all my nephews. I have how many nephews? 3 and 1 niece. So far, I'm sure kuna wengine watakuja. But that is what I have. And these people are looking up to me. These are the people who called me Uncle Mike. These are the people who gave me the title that I use right here on these videos and on my business, Uncle Mike. They gave it to me. So I better be a fucking rich uncle. I better be a fucking good uncle. So every time they see me, I need to bring them joy. So let me build and work on myself. Focus on me for the sake of these ones. For the sake of these ones who are in my family. Wengine washana na wao. And so listen, you cannot cry. Somebody once told me, never cry over spilled milk. You know, when you're uko jikoni and you have your milk nini, and then you look away, alafu maziwa inamwagika, and you spend your time there crying over this one that has spilled, forgetting kuna ingine kwa sufuria. Never cry over spilled milk. If a relationship is ended, don't cry over that. Keep it going. It could be the best thing that has ever happened to you. Today I can gladly say that my marriage ending is the best thing that ever happened to me. I would not have been this man I am today if I was still married. I would not have grown in the level I've grown, intellectually, financially, emotionally, whatever. I would not be the man I am today if my marriage was still in marriage. The best thing that ever happened was my marriage ending, because that gave me focus. That awakened the man in me. So I'm not gonna sit here and keep crying over spilt milk. Ilimwagika, maji yakimwagika hayazoleki. Ishaenda. This is a grown-ass person who chose her path. Why should I keep crying over her and she already moved on? So it's time for me to build me, choose me. Now, I'm going out often. I'm meeting new people often. In fact, interacting with some amazing, amazing people. And I'm like, this is it. This is it. I've taken time, I've built myself. Now I'm interacting with other new people because I now know myself and I know what I want and I go for it. Gentlemen, I know probably where you are is not, you're going through it. But listen, choose you. Because when you choose you, in the end, it's going to be good for you and your lineage. Whether you have kids or you have nephews and all that, or you want kids, it will even be better for them. Because when you choose you, you work on you, you invest in you, and you become a better you every day. Sasawa. So listen, I gotta go. I need to go to the garage today. The weather is beautiful. I need to go take my bike for some checks. Yeah, because I want to travel around this month and just have a good time. Sindio. Anyway, have yourself a good time. Happy new month. We're now in the month of September. Yeah, happy new month. Enjoy yourself. It's the last quarter of the year. Do something nice for yourself. I mean, that's all I keep saying here, because you're the most important person in your life. Never forget that. Alright? Peace. See you in the next episode of Man Cave. My name is Uncle Mike the Baker. Adios.